Okay, seriously, didn't we just start Camp Nanowrimo like a couple of days ago? How is it already week 3? I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but I feel like this camp has been flying by for me. I mean, we only have 1 week after this. Just kind of sad, just kind of crazy to think about. So it's Monday of week 3, and I will be doing a live stream for the first time tonight. I'm going to be a guest hostess, I guess, on a live stream with Hey Jazz Little and Angela Ann. So if you guys missed that, I will link it down below, but I'm really excited. I'm like nervous excited. I'm excited to meet these girls like on a live stream. I've never done a live stream before, so I'm not exactly sure how it all works or how I'm gonna get my computer set up to where it will work, because right now where my computer is in my office, I don't get the best internet connection, which is good for writing because hey, no distractions, but it's not good for like uploading videos and things like that. So for things where I need the internet, I usually have to move my laptop out of my office. So I'm probably going to have to record that live stream somewhere else. I don't know, I'll figure it out. But in the meantime, I just wanted to say hello and get this vlog going for week 3. And let me tell you, I went for my walk this morning, for one of my many walks, and there are a lot of people out and about. Most of the time when I go for a walk at work, it's pretty much just me, even though I'm surrounded by other businesses. But every once in a while I'll go for a walk and it's like everybody had the same idea, and I pass tons of other people, and I can't vlog while I'm walking because I'm too embarrassed. And so I just find like a quiet place to sit down and vlog. But anyways, that's what's going on right now. I've been really lazy about tracking my hours this camp because this camp has been so laid back for me and I haven't been pressuring myself to do anything. I think I've gotten just a little bit too laid back in that I haven't even really been tracking my hours. So I'm still at 15 hours like I was last week, even though I did do some reading and working on a couple of other things. I didn't really count it because I forgot, and I was like, I know I can get another 15 hours in the next 2 weeks. Maybe I should make my goal a little bit harder, just because during NaNoWriMo and Camp NaNoWriMo, I do like pushing myself. But just because I've been pushing myself, and I will be pushing myself again in August, I don't know. It's been a weird camp so far, just so different from how I would normally do things, but it's been nice too. So this week the goal is to get at least 1 short story written all the way through. I've like done a little bit of writing here and there so far in camp, but mostly it's been reading. Now I want to like really buckle down and get some writing practice in, aside from just my morning pages, which I'm also doing. That's the goal, and I will check in with you guys a little bit later for the live stream.
I think the next round will go a lot better. I was reading through some notes to figure out what I was even going to work on right now, but I managed to get 48 words in still. Yeah, I'm about to finish draft 2 of my story, but I have 4 chapters left, and of course, like the 4 chapters that I don't want to do, the first chapter and the last chapter, which are like the hardest, at least in my opinion.
I just got back from the gym and he is in the shower, and I just want to go over the books that I got from the library really quickly before he comes out, because why not? My house is messy. What else is new? So I got 4 books from the library. It feels like a lot more because they're all kind of hefty, But so the first one was Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, and this one comes highly recommended on the BookTube community and AuthorTube as well, and Brandon Sanderson highly recommended it. He said the writing was really good, and I've read the first page, and yeah, I'm really impressed. I feel like this is exactly the kind of writing style that I enjoy. It's an adult fantasy, and it is pretty hefty. It's a thick book, so I know this one will take me a long time to read. So I feel like if this is the book I decide to read, that's probably all I'm going to be reading for the rest of the month, in addition to Rebecca and the books that I am beta reading right now. And then the next one I got is Brightly Burning by Alexa Dunn. Alexa Dunn is, of course, an author-tuber here on YouTube, and this is her debut novel. She's also coming out with her second book, The Stars We Steal. I can't remember when that one is coming out, but I've been meaning to read this for a really long time, and my library had it, so I'm excited to read that one. And then the next book I got is Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. I read Strange the Dreamer about a month before this one was released, or a few weeks before it was released, and I loved that book, loved it so much, and I've been really wanting to read this for a long time, and was so just caught up and busy with writing my own book that I never made the time to do it. And so I'm really, really looking forward to reading that one. This last book that I got is probably the one that I am the least interested in reading, but I kind of feel like I should because it's talked about so much and so many people love it. It contains one of my least favorite tropes, which is woman assassins. Actually, just assassins in general, I kind of don't care that much for. That's not anything bad if you are writing a book about an assassin. I know those are really popular, a lot of people really like that stuff, just not a trope that I particularly find that fun to read. But it is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas, and I've never read anything by Sarah J. Maas, and she is so highly praised on AuthorTube that I feel like I can't knock it before I've read it, and I should give it a try. So those are the 4 books that I got, and there's no way that I can read all of these before they're due back at the library. I'm a very slow reader. I'm still reading Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, but I really wanted to read some more modern books as well. And so, because I won't have time to read all of these, I need your help in choosing which ones I should read, or at least which one. So if you have read one or any of these and you would recommend them, please leave in the comments below which of these books you think I should read first. And then maybe like your second pick of what you think I should read next, and help me decide which book I should read. That would be really nice. I'm looking a little rough right now, but that's okay. I'm just going over to my best friend's house to watch the 2nd season of Stranger Things with her because she's never seen it. And, you know, she's got to watch the 3rd season, and she didn't want to watch it by herself because it's scary, so I said I'd watch it with her. I wanted to talk a little bit about how the writing is going because, to be honest, right now I'm enjoying the freedom of just being able to read whatever I want without feeling guilty that I'm not writing. So there's a lot more reading going on than actual writing, but I have worked on one of my short stories. It's been a real challenge, and this is why. At first I was wondering if like maybe it just feels so difficult and I'm not enjoying it as much because it's been so long since I've drafted anything new, and maybe I've just like forgotten how hard that is. But I realized I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is that I'm out of my genre. I made the jump from writing a Western to writing a sci-fi in space. My husband loves space. He was that little boy who growing up always had space parties and astronauts on his walls, and the first movie we ever watched together was Interstellar, and then after that we watched Gravity. He like introduced me to the love of all things space, and so I think that's where the idea for this story came from. But when I sat down to write it, I realized I know nothing about space. Okay, I know some things, but not nearly enough to write a space story, like not even a space fantasy. Like I could not even write the simplest things because I was like, I don't know, what kind of technology do they have in space? What would be doing this? How would this look? Where is she walking? What is this space like? How do I describe it? What are the words you use to describe these things? And it turned out that there would just be way more research to describe something really small than I'm willing to do right now. I don't feel any motivation to like jump back in and finish that short story. It's mostly completed, but it's really bad and I don't like it, and I'm like, I'm not even excited by this idea anymore. I mean, I still like the idea. I tried to get Patrick to help me because I was like, I have this idea for like a story that takes place in space, and it's kind of like a twist on something that's been done a lot, you know, the whole idea of the Earth is destroyed and people are all escaping on spaceships. But I was like, what if the main character is a zoologist who's on a spaceship whose primary purpose is to rescue animals from Earth and bring them with them to whatever place they're going to. Which in my head was like, that's a great idea. The main character is a Brazilian zoologist named Jaqueline. She is afraid of space, and so she avoids every part of the spaceship where you can see outside into space. She would have preferred to have just died on Earth with her planet than to ever go into space, and the only reason that she's alive and that she's on this spaceship fleeing is because of her love of the animals. So she's like, okay, fine, I'll help transport these animals. She avoids looking at space at all, and so as a result she doesn't really get to know the other passengers that well, because they usually all sit out where they can see through this big domed window out into space. Like, I have all the visuals in my head and they're so cool to me, and I love the idea of like there's a jaguar, all the walls are screens that are made to simulate the Amazonian jungle, and they try to keep the climate in the room hot and humid just like the Amazonian jungle. And it was like, I love the idea of it, but the execution feels impossible for me at this time. Like, it would require so much research on my part since I'm a newbie at Sci-Fi, and I feel so out of my element trying to write that. Originally it was going to be a novel, and then I was like, maybe I'll just make it a short story because I don't even know if I can handle tackling a sci-fi, and now I know that I cannot, at least not right now, maybe later down the road. But yeah, so I think I'm going to try my hand at a few other short stories. Most of the other short stories I have in my head are contemporary fiction, so I don't think those will be too hard. I've written a lot of contemporary stuff before in my time. I was watching another one of Kate Kavanaugh's vlogs today where she made that delicious Brazilian cheesy bread. It's so good, and whenever I see Kate make it, I'm just like, oh, I really want to make that. She posted the recipe on Instagram, and so I made it. It's not quite the same. I imagine it can't be like exactly the same as pão de queijo in Brazil, because they make it, the dough is thick enough that they can actually roll it into a ball and they cook it on like cookie sheets. And this one, the dough was like runny because you pour it from a blender and cook it in muffin tins. But they came out looking really similar actually to Brazilian cheesy bread. I'm really excited to eat them because I didn't think that they were gonna look so similar. And now I'm hoping they taste similar too because they smell the same. They look pretty much the same, but I'm bringing a basket of them over to my friend's house because I know she really likes these too. That's about all I've got to say for now, and I'm almost at my friend's house. Alright guys, I'm going to end this vlog here. It's Saturday of week 3, and I'm ending the week with a total of 24 hours. So that's writing and reading. Haven't been that busy. Actually, I've done a lot more than that in reading. I've been doing a lot of beta reading. That's kind of been what most of this week has been for me, is beta reading, which I count towards writing craft as well because I learned so much reading other people's work. It's funny because I'm beta reading for Peggy Spencer, and I feel like she and I make a lot of the same kinds of mistakes, and she pointed this out to me as well when she was beta reading my book. So it's just funny to be reading hers and be like, oh yeah, we do the same stuff. But yeah, that's been really fun. I'm really enjoying her book. So that leaves me about 6 more hours that I need to complete my goal for Camp Nano, and I want all 6 of those hours to be writing hours. I never attempted to write another short story all week, but I hope to write several tomorrow because tomorrow I will be participating in Mandy Lynn's 10K in a day challenge. I will be attempting to write 10K in a day. I kind of don't think it's gonna happen, but I know that's, what kind of attitude is that for starting a challenge? I believe it's possible, and I have several projects that I would like to work on, and I feel like combined maybe they will all be 10,000 words. I don't know. We're going to see. But that's going to be in a separate vlog. I'm going to close this one out here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Good luck to anybody else who's participating in the 10K in a day challenge, and good luck to all of my fellow Camp Nanowrimo-ers out there. Hope that you guys are all doing a lot better than I am at actually writing. during this month. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
Would you come and take a walk with me? We'll cross over the mountains and we'll reach the pale blue sea. I love you, I'm so glad you love me too. And I wrote this song for you.